Hey guys, Singe here, and I'm pretty excited right now because I just hopped on CS and I saw there's an update. I actually didn't even realize it until it was done updating because I was tabbed like off of the update. I was looking through Discord, and I tabbed off of Discord and I saw that the update was downloading. So I hopped on CS just now and I see that they decided to make a new update. So this is like my first initial reaction to it. I just saw, and I didn't really like scroll through anything, but from the looks of it, it looks like they added a glove case, which is really funny because I think people were making jokes about this when they updated the gloves, that they're gonna add a case for it. And hopefully these things aren't too expensive because I've seen like the gloves that they use on the Star Ladder streams on Twitch and stuff for like all the pro teams, and they look pretty sick. So I'm just gonna run through them quickly as well as just look through the patch updates for this. But so this is, let's just start backwards though. Oh wait, it looks like there's actually skins in this, so I think the gloves are gonna be like the knives, which is pretty funny. It also looks like they kind of ripped off the Breakout logo, but CZ75 Auto Polymer, that actually looks really cool. It's kind of got like the hexane mixed with the ricochet. Glock Ironwork, I don't know how much I'm gonna be liking that. It kind of looks like the Glock with the dragon tattoo, but with a different like inscription. MP7 Cyrus, that looks pretty cool, but it's also a blue, so I think that's pretty good in terms of like a blue skin. Galil Black Sand, it's kind of meh. It looks like something you get dropped, if I'm being honest. Like, it has a cool design, just the colors don't really stand out. MP9 Sand Scale, so the sand dune but better. At least these are all blues. Like, you can't really complain as long as they stay blue. Mag 7 Sonar, also doesn't look too bad. Some of these kind of look like drops, like this and this kind of look like they'd just be drops in a game. P2000 Turf, that looks pretty decent. Like, at least it's got a bit of color with like the green and stuff, but I don't know how much I like this kind of pattern with the DD pat. Dual Brothers Royal Consorts, this looks cool. I was actually kind of scared that because there's like 5 or 6 blues here, so I was scared that they're all just gonna be blues and then like the gloves are gonna be everything like higher than a blue. But that doesn't look like the case with these Dual Brothers. That looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like the Emerald. It's kind of like the Duelist, but just Emerald, I'd imagine. G3 Stinger. I don't know how many more G3s they're gonna add to this game, but this looks pretty decent at least. M41 is Flashback. It's actually been a really long time since they added like an M4 that was a purple. I think the last, like, A1. They added the A4 with the falchion case. But the last A1 that was a purple was, I think, the Basilisk that they added with the... I forgot the Vanguard. The Vanguard update. I see it because it's right here. So yeah, this actually looks pretty cool though. It's got like the P symbol, and I don't know what that on the silencer. I like that. I'm sorry if this isn't really the best view. Maybe I can get like a more higher up version of this if I click on the updates tab. Or maybe it just won't load. Wait. No, this is just gonna give me the patch notes. Okay, so yeah, this is the M4 Flashback. It looks really cool, and I'm actually kind of excited. It's a purple, so I'm hoping it's not gonna be like anything over like a couple bucks. Nova Gila, not that nice. USP Cyrex, I'm actually kind of glad that they added this, but it's only a purple? No offense, but I thought if they're gonna add this, it'd be like a red or a pink at least, but a purple, that's pretty nice. Because like most USP skins, like there's not too many that you can get for cheap. Like the best one in my opinion for like a good price is the Guardian, and like there's not too many good USP skins in general. Like the highest end one in my opinion is the Kill Confirmed. So I think it's cool that they're gonna be adding a Cyrex. I'm also pretty happy at the fact that it's purple because it's gonna be very common, kind of like the Opphobos. FAMAS Mecha Industries, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of like from the same series as the M4 Mecha Industries from the last case, I think. P90 Shallow Grave, this looks really cool. It's kind of got like a stone texture kind of look towards the handle, and on the back it's got like a skull and like blood. And one thing I always look for with these P90 skins is just to make sure that the clip is painted, because I hate any P90 skin that has like the original like brown clip. It just disgusts me. But next one, Sawed Off Wasteland Princess. It's kind of cool. It's similar to the Wasteland Rebel, but this one's got like lipstick, and it's pink, and I think it's gonna be one of the more like flashier skins, especially for a Sawed Off. Ooh, I'm actually really excited, and this is a red too. So this is the SSG-08 Dragonfire. I actually saw this on the community workshop a long time ago, and it's actually a really sick skin. I saw like a video with like a demo. Some guy like put the game files on his computer and recorded something with it. But this looks really cool, and I'm glad that it kind of sucks it's a red, because this means it's gonna be probably as expensive as the Blood and Water, probably a little cheaper, because although this has a bit more detail than the Blood and Water, this is gonna be a newer skin, and the Blood and Water is from like a long time ago. So like obviously like right now, fresh off the bat, this is gonna be super expensive. But like when it reaches a more stable price, I think it's gonna be cheaper than the Blood and Water, despite how much better it looks. I think it's just because that one's really old and it's very uncommon to unbox unless you do a trade up. And that's really the only common way to get it these days. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then M44 Buzzkill. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of got the same color scheme as last ones. Last few have always been like kind of like greenish yellow, like the Battlestar and stuff. But hopefully this one doesn't look too bad in game. I don't know how I feel about this kind of like the green stuff, but the yellow on it looks pretty decent. And then these are all the gloves. So this one's Foundation, Forest DD Pat, Emerald Web. That looks pretty cool. These are starting to look like COD games. Alright. Crimson Kimono. I actually cannot believe that Valve did this. Superconductor. This one's probably gonna be my favorite one. I just like that shade of blue on it, and like the striping up like the fingering. Looks really cool. Kind of reminds like a Tron kind of vibe. Arid. This is probably one of the cheaper ones. Hedge Maze. That one looks pretty cool. Like a snack. Pandora's Box. This one's really cool. Purple. Snake Bite. This one's gonna be super expensive just because it's got like the Bloodhound kind of logo symbol on it, and like the studs and stuff. I feel like a lot of people are gonna want that, and it looks like you can see your fingers through it too. But I wonder if these are gonna be specific, like only terrorist side, or only only terrorist or only counter terrorist side, or if it's gonna be like you're gonna be able to use this on both CT and T. Just because I never see any CT gloves that have the fingers cut off. And oh, I think yeah. And then this is like the bronze one, and this is the Guerra one, if I'm pronouncing it right. Charred. So a lot of these have the same design. And this one, ooh, Slaughter. So this one kind of looks like what's... I feel like this would be one of the cheaper ones, even though it's probably going to have like a pattern on it, since it is Slaughter. Obviously it's not going to be shiny because it's fabric. Well, it might have like a bit of shine, but it's not going to be super shiny. Because like at the end of the day, it is fabric, but it's kind of like the cheaper, like kind of like the boxer gloves. Like whatever they wrap around their hands underneath the gloves kind of thing. It's just fabric. Badlands. It's kind of cool. Spruce DD Pat. That's interesting. Leather. So he's going for that cheap look. And then Diamondback. That's actually pretty cool. Convoy. Let's go back so you guys can get a good look at it. This one just kind of looks like a starter glove. Crimson Weave. Lunar Weave. I don't know how I feel about these weave ones. Cool Mint. So this one, yeah, this one looks like a T-side one. CT side one. Does that say Boom? Oh yeah, so it's like the Boom one, but it's like grayish and reddish. Spearmint. So half of these are just gum flavors now. This one actually looks really cool. I like the kind of shade, like the fact that these are all kind of similar shades of the same color, and like I like the very geometric pattern it has. Eclipse, and then that's about it. Some of these gloves are pretty cool. I like the Eclipse one and the Spearmint one. The Boom one and the Cool Mint one are also pretty cool. And then there's a couple here. Oh, yeah. So I'd probably say my favorites are Pandora's Box. My favorite for sure is the Superconductor. And then I also like the Crimson Kimono and the Emerald Web. And the Foundation one. So it's kind of interesting to see how these gloves are going to work. Like, obviously, they're not going to be doing anything special. Like, there's going to be some sort of glove animation. I don't expect anything like that. Unless maybe you can take it off and slap a terrorist in the face with it. But other than that, I really don't expect anything too special out of these. And I don't know what the prices are going to be like. Because these, I'm pretty sure these replace the knives in the case. So you just, you land in the glove and you get a random one. I don't know if it's going to have the same rarity to get a glove as it would be to unbox a knife. And I just have no idea what the price are going to be like. Because I don't think that these things are going to be worth, like, I feel like the cheapest ones are going to be around like 30, 20 bucks. Because I don't really think people are going to spend the same amount of money that they spend on a knife on gloves. Like, the gloves are pretty cool. If you ever watch the Twitch streams for Star Ladder, I think sometimes ESL has them. And you can see like the custom gloves that they use for like Cloud9 and Hellraisers and stuff like that in G2. It looks really cool. But that's what the shadow case, or the glove case, sorry, has. But there's also some other stuff that they added. So Steam group lobbies. Now you have more options when it comes to choosing your teammates. In addition to partying with friends, you can only view you can now view and join lobbies created by members of the Steam groups you belong to. So I'm gonna be having one here. So I guess this is the area. So okay. So this is how it works. These are some of the ones, and like these are some of the groups I'm part of. So Dinosaur is a very good one, very big group, and then one for this group I'm in, which is like a Canadian Steam group. So definitely this like kind of in a way, I'm trying to think of the word, but this kind of adds like value to joining like large Steam groups rather than just being part of like small ones with friends. Because if you were to join, like, let's say, like, YouTubers, or, like, Twitch streamers, Steam groups, then you have a lot more people you can play with now. And it's a good way to meet random people. But, I'd also be kind of careful in case, you don't know. Like, some people can be doing these and then they have the intentions of just throwing the match. So, just kind of, like, be careful who you're joining up with. And you just have to be willing to face that risk. But I think it's a very cool idea, and I think it adds a lot of kind of importance to Steam groups, because the only other thing you can really do with the Steam groups in this game is just put the team tags on. But I think this is really cool, and they also added kind of like a number here for how many friends are online. I obviously went offline for Steam so people wouldn't message me during the recording, but yeah, it usually shows like how many people are online. Let's see. Create a group that reflects your CSGO interests, or join one of thousands of Steam group. Join one of the thousands of Steam groups representing various communities, countries, languages, and common interests. For the details on Steam group lobbies, click here, whatever. And they also added some new music kits. I'm not going to really go through these just because I'm pretty sure the video is really long as it is. And I don't really have too much experience with all these bands. I don't know who half these guys are. Actually, I don't think I know who any of these guys are. So I'm not going to really try to talk about any of this. And in terms of the patch notes, I'm trying to think what else they added here. So this part of it right here is for the new music kits, the new case. It says in total there are 24 all new gloves. Yeah, 7 new stat track music kits. And then this part is just on the Steam group lobbies. And then here, MISC, fix an interaction between diffuse kits and water that would sometimes cause the diffuse kit to be unable to pick up, fix miscellaneous vulnerabilities. Players who get kicked from a lobby can't rejoin for 3 minutes. Oh, this is different. Before, when you got kicked from a lobby, you can usually like rejoin, and then if you get kicked twice, you just can't rejoin at all. But now it seems like they put like a 3-minute penalty. I don't know if that's instead or if that's after the first kick, but yeah. Which kind of sucks though, because if you kick someone, then I guess you're gonna have to just start a new lobby if you just do it as a joke. But it looks like they added some stuff to some of the maps. So Dust 2, this is gonna be very important for me because that's the only map I play. They removed the barrels outside of the doors leading into B site. Oh, okay, I know. Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just picture like at B doors. There's 2 barrels that are like laying down against the door, and you can kind of stand like in between, like there's like a gap between one of the barrels and the door, and you can stand there and sometimes you die. It's like kind of like a glitch in the game, so they completely got rid of those barrels. And I don't know how I'm feeling about that. Like, that spot's kind of stupid because some people just crouch in that little gap and then you don't see them when you walk out. There's not really much of a point to have it, but like for me, if you guys saw my last top frag video, you may have seen like the wallbang I got onto car from outside of B doors, and I made that wallbang myself, and in order to do that you need to line yourself up like halfway with the barrel, so I'm gonna have to find a new way to do that wallbang. But yeah. They also blocked visibility through some of the props around A site. So I think they're talking about like the boxes that have like the nets around them, because you can kind of see through the netting towards like cat and stuff if you're on A site. So I think they made that like less visible, or maybe they're talking about the gaps in between the boxes. They also fixed some spots where the C4 would get stuck, so I think they're talking about like the baskets towards elbow on A site, and some minor graphical bugs. For train, I don't really play train, so I don't know how vital any of this stuff is. If you guys want, you guys can just read this yourself. Just pause the video right now. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. This is a very big update, so definitely come on and play it. One good thing to be looking forward to, even if you don't want to bother buying gloves, I know I'm definitely not going to be buying any unless they're like super cheap and they like for like the really good ones. But I doubt that's going to be the case. I'm probably not going to buy any gloves, but if you guys are also not interested in buying gloves, I still suggest coming on and installing this update, because every time there's a new case, there's a good chance that you can get one dropped early in a deathmatch, and if you can do that, you can sell it for a very high price. That's kind of like the dream. I had a friend who got like the shadow case like the day it released, maybe like an hour after they started dropping, and he sold it for like 20 bucks or something like that. It's crazy. So I definitely suggest just getting on right now if you can, and just grinding death matches until you get dropped a case, or maybe competitive. I don't know if there's like a higher drop rate in competitive or not. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm sorry it's kind of a long video. It's a very large update. I tried my best to kind of stay on topic. And yeah, bye.